Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos, here with your Raw 411 for February the 6th, 2017. The show tonight, I gotta give big props, because it kind of just flowed smoothly the whole 3 hours, 3 hours plus, with the overrun. I was dreading Raw tonight. I've been tired all day from work, and I just knew that this was going to drag, and it didn't. I was very surprised. So big ups, big props to WWE and the talent for just making it flow, just smooth. Joe is officially a part of the Raw roster, signed a contract tonight. Main event was made between Joe and Roman. We'll get to that in a second. Bayley versus Charlotte Flair was announced for next week for the women's title via Bayley pinning Charlotte in a 6-person tag match last week. Bayley versus Nia this week, though. Charlotte Flair coming out. Look, Nia is doing so much better, and I've got to put her over. She can still improve, though. I mean, everybody just about it on the roster, on either roster can. But Nia is doing so much better, and I got to put her over. You know I would bury her if I had to. If she wasn't doing right, I would bury her. But she's doing good. Charlotte distracts the referee. Nia gets the victory. It's good heat for Charlotte leading into next week. WWE, we need to just stop with the Braun versus 3, 4, 5, 10 guys. It's dumb. Let's just get it over with. Braun hunts down Foley. Gets the match with Roman Reigns at Fastlane. Akira Tozawa versus Drew Gulak had a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy Tozawa's work. I cannot wait to see what the WWE can do with him. How they book him is just... he's such a special talent, I think, that... And he got a better reaction than I thought he would when he first came out to make his Raw debut. And he got an even bigger reaction. It's still not a big pop, but it was a bigger reaction than he even got when he came out, which even surprised me even more. He walked away with a lot of new fans tonight. I can testify after last week. And I watched him in the Cruiserweight Classic. But there was so much going on with the Cruiserweight Classic, it's kind of hard to differentiate. That's why I'm glad they brought him in to 205 Live. Part of the Cruiserweights on Raw, getting a good match with another good hand in Drew Gulak. And he went over, and he should have. The Owens-Jericho segment, just money. They're always money together. I don't want them to break up. I'll say it right here. I don't want them to break up now. I want Jericho's supposed to go off touring in the late spring, early summer, and doing stuff with Fozzy. I don't want them to break up until he comes back. I want them to just ice it. I want there to be tension because Jericho left and Owens was by himself. And he had to go back to do it by himself. And he's mad at Jericho and he's calling him out, and Jericho comes back a babyface, and there it is. That's perfect money. It's just like with what they're doing or what they were doing with Seth and Triple H. Triple H was getting called out by Seth, called out, and you know, he finally comes back. I'm still sick in my stomach about Seth, so let's not talk about it too much. Tag titles, by the way. We went 30 minutes into Raw without even knowing that there were a title match going to happen on the show. Very, very bad promotion. They should have started the show before they ever went to the ring with Joe Foley and Steph to bring out Joe. That should have been the thing to lead off Raw with. Welcome to Monday Night Raw from Portland, Oregon. We have 2 title matches tonight. That should have been the first thing out of Michael Cole's mouth. And I know that it probably wasn't his lack of detail. It was somebody in his ear probably telling him, or not telling him to do it that way. But that's the way it should have been. Cesaro and Sheamus lose the rematch because of outside interference. Enzo and Cass sitting ringside. Triple threat at Fastlane? Maybe. I don't know. New Day versus the Colognes, great match for just what it was supposed to be. It executed on every level. Xavier got to wrestle. The Colognes had spots to shine in, so it wasn't like just a complete burial like we have seen with them. And you know, the New Day gets the win, and everybody's happy. I'm happy. I think the fans are all happy. I hope everybody that are fans of Epico and Primo are happy because they actually got a chance to shine on Monday Night Raw instead of just getting jobbed out. The Rock and Roll Express going into the Hall of Fame is so cool for a lot of reasons, and I'll touch on that later because I could do 20 minutes on why this is such a great move by the WWE. It's very, very well deserved. Should have been in there 10 years ago or longer than that. But it is what it is. They're finally getting their due. It's 2017. Shout out Ricky and Robert. That's all I got left on that. U.S. title first. U.S. title, Zayn, Jericho, great. I hope they do a rematch with them two at Fastlane. Money. They are money. Which, if you don't know, means they're really, really, really good. A-Double is set to interview Neville. He explains how there's a fatal 5-way, which, by the way, there's triple threat, fatal 4-way. I nominate Ferocious 5, just because that's the only thing I can come up with at the time. Let my people work on it. Let's see if we can come up with a better name. Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar, Jack Gallagher, Tony Nese, and TJ Perkins tomorrow night on 205 Live. A brawl ensues. We come back from break, 6-man tag. Alexander, TJ, and Jack get the win. Decent. Everybody shined a little bit, and Neville again walks out on Noam Dar like he did last week on 205 Live. By the way, that lumbar check, such a great finisher. Anyway, Joe versus Reigns. I hate that Joe had to go against Reigns in his first Raw match, in his debut match on Raw, but who else is he going to face? I mean, he could have fought Sami Zayn tonight, and that would have been a great match too, but Zayn was booked with Jericho, and you know, I'm actually glad it worked out the way it did, because then we got Jericho and Zayn instead of like Roman and Jericho again for the umpteenth billionth time. Joe beats Reigns, Strowman comes out, distracts, and then beats the hell out of him as Raw goes off the air. Next week, Raw is in Las Vegas. Sin City, my home, away from home. I hate that I'm going to miss it. Wish I could be there, but, you know, Chaos has got to work to pay the bills. Because this right here ain't doing it. This right here, this is just me talking. And you're listening. So thank you, if you're listening. Which I hope is 4, 5, 6 of you. All of you. You're all awesome. Now do your due diligence and share. Share the joy. Share with all your friends. Festival of Friendship next week. Jericho and Owens, I'm telling you, it's just money. It always is, and it always will be. My last thought is I don't understand Michael Cole with this whole all new chamber. I don't know what that's about. But we'll see. Maybe tomorrow night. Maybe they will explain what this all-new chamber is all about. I hope to see it. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching. Please share. Add some comments. Have a great day. Deuces. Chaos out.